Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel, Atma Occult. Today we are going to be discussing the upcoming full moon in SHRAVANA Nakshatra, which is offering everyone the opportunity to find deeper meaning and freedom from difficulties. Now this is an if, we can all find the willpower to maybe just talk a little less, listen more, and try to serve others.
Before we get into why this is the case and what else this full moon might mean for you and the world, be sure to subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. And if you find our content helpful, consider making a donation to support our channel by following the link in the description of this video.
So we're looking at the placement for the full moon in SHRAVANA Nakshatra, and this will take place on this Friday, August 8th, 2025. And in order to find out more about what this full moon might bring, we're going to look at the placements of all the other planets from the moon at this time.
So the moon is going to be in the sign of Capricorn, which is an earth sign ruled by Saturn. And it represents the original 10th house or karma bhava of the primordial zodiac. The sign of Capricorn is connected with themes related to the fulfillment of karmic responsibilities in order to meet our material needs for survival. It also represents the government and gives people a tendency to advertise their own morality in order to achieve a higher social status.
So the lord of this sign is Saturn, and he goes into the third house from the moon, highlighting our focus on communication at this time. But as a malefic planet, receiving the direct aspect of Mars, another malefic planet, this shows that most of the communication is going to be extremely difficult. Mercury, we must remember, is still going to be retrograde at this time, and that will create further confusion, especially around communication. So we're all going to have a little bit of a hard time understanding each other at this time. And as if it couldn't get any worse, we have Rahu in the second house from the moon. So everyone wants to express themselves. Everyone wants to try to convince the world of their own moral superiority. But the people that are doing this, especially the loudest, these are the people you really can't trust. Mm-hmm. And that's because Capricorn, which is the sign that this is happening in, it represents hypocrisy.
So the secret to our success at this time is in the symbolism of the nakshatra SHRAVANA, which is symbolized by an ear. The name of this nakshatra comes from the Sanskrit word shravanam, which means hearing or listening. And this nakshatra is ruled by the deity Vishnu, the preserver of the universe, who represents dharma or correct behavior and universal truth. This full moon is going to heighten our emotional intensity in relation to the government, in relation to how our society is structured, in relation to being governed by hypocrites. And SHRAVANA wants to rectify this situation with the truth, but it will only be heard by the people that are listening.
Rahu in the second house from the moon can cause some economic volatility at this time. And K2 in the 8th house can cause sudden or unexpected events. Or there could be some hidden truths coming to the surface. Mars is in the 9th house from the moon. And since Mars is representative of young men, and the ninth house represents mentors and experts and highly educated people, there's going to be more young men, younger generation of men seen and heard on television or in social media, maybe participating in a lot of heated debates or discussions, especially surrounding politics and religion. And they're going to openly be discussing topics which maybe weren't previously allowed to be spoken about in public due to just, lack of awareness, possibly censorship. But this is going to be coming out a lot more now.
Yes, definitely. So Mercury retrograde in the 7th house here also shows that there can be miscommunication in diplomatic relationships between countries and in our own lives with either our spouse or business partner. But the sun's placement here reveals that the solution to these problems is serving the other party, because the sun always represents service wherever it's placed. If you're having communication problems with your spouse, don't try to talk it out. Just do something for them and see what happens. So this is what this timing is showing. Talking isn't going to work so well, but doing is going to work a lot better.
So the actions instead of the words here is really...
which there might be other times astrologically where talking works much more fluently or better, but now is not the time, because especially with Rahu.
Yeah, and Mercury retrograde.
Yeah, Mercury retrograde plus Rahu in the 2nd house, making everyone kind of possessed and wanting to be the one talking. And also Saturn in the house of communication is just going to make it so difficult.
Yeah.
So finally, we have Jupiter and Venus conjunct here in the 6th house of service and healing. This further emphasizes that the pathway to overcoming our difficulties right now is through service to others, and especially if you can connect with that higher divinity on a regular basis every single day. So service to others or service to some kind of higher divinity, especially if it's incorporated into your daily routine. Because the 6th house represents daily routines, the things we have to do every day, no matter what. And Jupiter and Venus, the two guru planets, are there trying to get a particular message across. And that message seems to be, don't talk so much, don't eat so much, serve others, and listen to try to understand the truth.
So there you have it. This was our interpretation of what this upcoming full moon in SHRAVANA Nakshatra means for you and pretty much the world. Again, it's happening on August 8th. Please don't forget to give us a like, leave us a comment. We'd love to hear from you, and subscribe to our channel if you have not already. And if you feel so inclined to help us further, we'd appreciate a donation to our channel.